Yo, what up? How's it going? And welcome back. Today's VOD review we'll be doing GGS versus Team Liquid. This is week 4, day 1 of the LCS Spring Split, so let's just get right into it. Cool. So, just looking at the bans, no real weird bans coming out. So, nothing too out of the ordinary. The only thing to point out is the Contractz ban is directed towards the mid lane, which is just specifically for a Froggen ban. I don't think it's really necessary to ban mid lane Contractz unless you expect to make a lot of mistakes and give away the game to Golden Guardians. I do not think Team Liquid would do that, but just banning away a comfort pick if you want to have a throwaway ban anyways is fine. So you know they're going to play champions like that anyways. I'm going to stop flaming Golden Guardians, and that was a little shade I was throwing at TSM too, but anyways, cool. So not very many weird bans, but I mean Contractz isn't a weird ban anyways because it's mainly a jungle ban anyways. It's a good jungle champion. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the draft. Cool. So looking over at GGS's draft, GGS's draft is pretty, I like GGS's draft for the most part. The Anivia pick is interesting, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I like GGS's draft. So Urgot, probably the best top laner in the game, maybe one of the best champions in the game. So Urgot, so they have a winning top side. I think Ashe has really done this patch, specifically with Tahm Kench. I saw as soon as they picked the Ashe that they were going to have a Tahm Kench. So the Ashe Tahm Kench combo does a lot of the same things as the Ezreal Tahm Kench combo that I talked about a lot. If you can get plating early in the game, so if you can get a good matchup in the bottom side and you can get early plating and then transition that lead around the map, and then you can just position Ashe in the middle of the map. Position Ashe in the middle of the map with the Tahm Kench. And you can look for a lot of picks with Ashe, Tahm Kench, Zac. Is actually a really good combo for looking for picks like the Zac flies over the wall, the arrow hits you, the Tahm Kench takes you in. So there's actually a lot of mobility with this comp and like pick potential you can actually have. And the Ashe actually gets really good lane priority in the mid lane. So that's why I really like Ashe as a combo with Tahm Kench. I mean, Tahm Kench is already a good champion by himself in the first place, but I put her in the same line with like Ezreal in the sense of like she fills that like mid game duty where she just gets put mid with the Tahm Kench and gets prio for you. So I really like Ashe on this patch. She was already performing pretty well, and all the mid lane and top lane champions that was killing all the AD carries are pretty much out of the meta. So I really like her on this patch. So really like that combo. So they should have prio bottom for the most part. And then we have Zac. So Zac is a pick that gets heavily punished. So you pick Zac really late in the draft because if you pick him early in the draft into bad laning matchups, Zac just gets destroyed in the jungle, or can get destroyed. So had Team Liquid had a bunch of winning lanes and they pick like an Olleh, then this Zac will literally be like level 4 at like 8 minutes into the game. So the Zac pick was actually fine since they had winning side lanes. So since they had the winning side lanes, and they picked it after the jungle pick, so they know that the Gragas is not like a super aggressive jungler. The Gragas might punish you a little bit, but it's not going to completely, shut you down like an Olleh pick or a Zen Zhao might shut you down. So, so the Zac pick was actually pretty good here. And as I said, later into the game, you can look for picks with your with your Zac and your Ashe Tahm Kench combo is actually like okay, it's actually a reasonable pick combo, and you can actually look for setup like you kidnap people into an Anivia R, so there's actually some setup. So the Anivia pick's interesting. So it's obviously a Froggen pick. So Anivia offers a lot of zone control. So just as a champion, just offers a lot of zone control. The wall stuff is interesting. So it has some denial for the Sion. So just talking specifically with some of the champions in other games. So it has some denial for the Sion. This Team Liquid's comp wants to really go forward, so it has some denial in that regard. Whenever the Sion just ulting down the lane and you can just put up the wall, so has some denial in that sense. They do have some tools to get around that, so like the Alistar can just jump over the wall, the Gragas can jump over the wall, but this is also just a signature Froggen pick. I don't think she's super meta, but this champion will not have any priority in the laning phase until level 6 and can get the blue buff. Then we'll have complete prio in the mid lane because you literally just put your ultimate down on the ground and you kill all the minions. So we'll be getting priority later in the laning phase, but will be getting punished earlier in the laning phase by the Syndra. So what this comp can actually do, so in the laning phase, Ashe versus Ashe, Tahm, Kench versus Sivir, Alistar doesn't have a lot of kill potential in this lane, obviously, but can look to get some plates. But the only issue with this combo, and that sucks about their team comp, is that Zac is not a champion until a little bit later in the game, so they can get punished for that. And since they are on blue side, the Gragas could get some wraparound ganks. So they could get punished. Yeah, so they could get punished for trying to get those plates, but this team could want to try to get some plates and then rotate that, rotate that strength around the map. So in that regard, the Zac pick is pretty risky, because with Ashe, you do want to try to get priority, want to get plates, and kind of use it kind of like the Ezreal pick. And then kind of be that mid-game carry and be that mid-game utility carry. So they do want to try to get some plates with this pick and then kind of come online in the mid-game. And then they have a lot of scaling options with the Anivia and the Ashe. So Anivia and the Ashe and the Zac ultra scaling. So they have a lot of scaling options. If they want to, Golden Guardians, they can try to sit back and wait style, but Team Liquid might just punish you in the mid-game. With their comp. So looking at Team Liquid, so Team Liquid has a very powerful mid-game comp. So Syndra comes really online at that 1 item mark, at that 1 to 2 item mark, right? So she gets her Ludens and then gets like double pin. So it gets like double pin, or she might just get like the 1 pin. I think I want to say Jensen just gets 1 pin in this game. So so it really comes online at that 1 or 2 items and then falls off a little bit later in the game. Sivir obviously has the ultra scaling, but this comp can really just move forward. So Sion really comes online at the 1 item, ultra scaling. Really, Alistar comes online at level 6. Xmithie will come online really early into the game, or the Gragas will come online. So this comp just really wants to run at you. So really can just look at some really explosive mid-game fights. This comp does not do very well into the early game, but will not be punished that much by the Zac, so and can punish some of their aggressive lanes. So Team Liquid, I really like Team Liquid's draft in this game because they can actually have a lot of smooth sailing because they can just make it to the mid game. I would favor this comp a lot more in these mid game fights, and I would also favor them into the late game because it would come down a lot to the late game fighting and late game execution, and you'd want to favor Team Liquid in that regard. So I do favor Team Liquid's team comp a lot because although I do really like Golden Guardians, I love Ashe, Tahm, Kench as a combo, but the Zac doesn't really combo well with that because the Zac will have to like kind of shepherd that bot lane into being able to get down plates and stuff like that, and won't be as successful at doing that as much as the Gragas, because Gragas comes online much earlier into the game. But if they want to do that, Zac can look to play around bot side a lot more, and if he's able to do that and is actually able to get some early leads, they can actually transition that lead around the map and can look to be a little bit stronger in the mid game and look for like a team fight win condition. But both teams is looking mainly for like a team fight win condition. But Golden Guardians definitely can get a lot more leads earlier into the game, so maybe look for that. Cool. Anyways, so that's basically with the team comps and the win conditions. So both have team fight win conditions. So pretty simple. Golden Guardians should probably get some gold leads earlier into the game. But Team Liquid's comp will come online stronger in the mid game, I would say, than Golden Guardians will, because they have the better scaling options with the Zac and the Anivia. But the game's getting to the ultra late game, maybe favor Golden Guardians, but we do have the late game Sivir and the Sion. So scaling options kind of even. Mid game would favor Team Liquid, and in terms of just player wise, obviously favor Team Liquid. So do definitely favor Team Liquid's draft. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about jungle pathing. So Tarzan really likes to start solo blue buff, and I think that's mainly to well, last season everybody was starting red. Everybody was starting red and then pathing up top side and then double doing the blue and Gromp at the same time. But I think he really wants his camp to rubber band spawn. He really wants his Krugs to rubber band spawn, and he doesn't want to get vertical jungled. So starting your top side is really important. But he ends up starting Wolves, which is interesting to me. You really don't care about the rubber band Gromp respawn, but you do care a lot about the Krugs rubber band spawning. If you don't know what rubber banding is, it's just it respawning, like getting the after your first clear, after you get the XP respawn, right? Because you don't get the same, you get bonus XP after the first clear. But Xmithie ends up vertical jungling. I imagine we get the scuttle. Don't imagine he actually gromps. It's not really worth his time. But Zach will just go down and get. Zach will just go down and get the Krugs. Yeah, I don't know why Zach didn't just start blue. Yeah, Tarzan likes to start blue so he doesn't get invaded. I would imagine is the reason why. He just starts blue and then just goes straight down. And his team will do defensive vision for him normally. So I do like that pathing. So I really don't like that pathing by Contractz. Because he just gets 3 buffed. So I think if you just start blue, you don't get 3 buffed. Okay, so they're going for a play right here. So CoreJJ goes in. Contractz is there. Okay. What summoners were burned? Away burned Ignite, and then nobody burned summoners over here. Cool. And Xmithie's just gonna full clear bottom side. So he's delaying his blue just because he has it for a while. Zach might look for an invade, but if he looks for an invade, it's like really risky because Gragas could have just went for a reset because they didn't actually spot him with that hawk shot. Ooh, but Xmithie's just gonna full clear again. So Xmithie's actually getting. Oh, actually, this isn't. This is his first respawn. So Xmithie's not actually gonna reset his Krugs. Okay, he is. Yeah, so Xmithie really wants to do his Krugs right now, so he'll get the second. So he'll get the rubber band spawn. Because if he doesn't kill them right now, he won't get the level 2 camp, and the level 2 camp is so much more valuable. So rather than resetting right now, rather than like resetting right now and rather than like resetting right now and then trying to contest for scuttle, which he would be able to contest for scuttle if had he have just resetted. Whoa, he still gets to get scuttle? That's insane. Wow, Contractz could have smited that. It was at like 460. Wow, what a coward. Yep, here's a wraparound gank. Yep. Oh. Oh yeah, they ended up trading kills right here. It's a net positive play for GGS. Wave top lane is looks neutral. Can't really tell. Yeah, but you have to be in fear of like the wraparound gank the whole time. From Xmithie. Ends up being a net positive play for GGS. Yeah, but what was I saying about the Krugs? Yeah, he needed to kill those Krugs so he can get the level 2 camp. Jesus, that's all I was trying to say. Yep, now Froggen with the blue buff can actually be a champion now. So Anivia is actually a champion now, so it'll be interesting to see what happens around that. Now they're fighting for vision around Dragon, so Team Liquid actually has full vision control around bot side. But GGS has a little bit of a lead, but their champions are a little bit better in lane, like around bot side anyways, so you'd think to be in lead. But Olleh does not have flash now. So that's something important. Okay, yeah, so they saw Zach walk over that, so that's just a good ward. They saw Zach walk over there, so that's why they're playing so respectfully. Alright, give him the blue buff handoff. When I was watching this live, I didn't know if they actually walked over a ward. I thought they were just playing. I thought they were just gods for a second. Oh, that was such a good sidestep. Any good hex flash timing, but the stopwatch timing. Really good sidestep by Xmithie. Honestly, not a bad try by GGS. Yeah, I really don't like Zac with this comp. Actually, you know, I kind of praise Zac a little. Well, not that I praise Zac. It's just I said Zac wasn't a. I just said this was an okay time to pick Zac, just because I was just saying that Zac was pickable because he's not gonna just get punished, and then obviously he scales into the late game. But the Zac doesn't mesh well with the strengths of the other champions on your team. Like, neither does Anivia. Like, I really like when you have Tahm Kench on your team. Tahm Kench is so powerful for river control. Tahm Kench is so powerful for river control. And look who has control of the entire river. Team Liquid does. They have full vision control of the entire river. Tahm Kench is so powerful for river control, and then Ashe is so powerful for lane priority. So they could have full control of this river if they actually had a powerful jungler at this time of the game. Zac's kind of online now, but like not really, you know? But if they had like an aggressive style jungler paired with the Tahm Kench Ashe, they could be getting plates this whole game because the Zac could just be playing around bottom side. He tries to steal it, but he can't get it. This was well played. Oh, close. Close. Oh, ASTP. You just switched to TP. They didn't get anything from him. Rip. He's just cycling the TP. Hauntzer was. We'll get the vision control around bottom side. It's pretty insane. Like this game is like really weird skewed. Like that Team Liquid's able to get a dragon because like Zac is such a weak jungler. Like they've been losing all the bottom side trades, like Team Liquid's bottom lane, but then they're able to secure the bottom side Drake. Because of like all their vision control through river. And like how weak Zac is at this stage of the game. Hello, Zac. I'm here to do a battle. Yeah. I mean, I praised TL's draft like in the draft, but the draft actually isn't like that great, but it was fine for this, like in this specific game was really fine, right? Like but had they been versus like a better team and a team that actually picked an aggressive jungler, they could have been really punished for this. Like Team Liquid could actually be really punished in this game for the draft that they picked. Had GGS picked a more aggressive jungler and a better mid laner, like a mid laner that is a champion before 6. Maybe the mid laner is fine. That the mid laner can't come online till level 6 because. Oh yeah, this was well played. Yeah. They just set that up with all the river control they have. Like they have no idea Syndra's coming down here. They just think Syndra's having a back timer. Yep. And then Doublelift gets first tower. Solo gold. So now Doublelift has an Infinity Edge. And a half of a Zeal item, probably. This was super well played by Olleh. Or not Olleh, I mean CoreJJ. Whoops. He starts like channeling the Alistar stun and then knocks him back, flashes on the Ashe. Or not flashes, but you know. Oops him back and then knocks up the other guy. Should probably be transitioning Sivir to mid though, yeah? Weird that Sivir was still catching a wave bottom. Oh, it's because Drake's spawning. Okay, I get it. They probably just need to forsake bottom tower and just look for a rotation somewhere. Yeah, they don't quite get this pick. It's because Drake's spawning that everybody's trying to make play. They can't quite do the lane swap. Or do a lane swap if they want to, because of the dragon spawning, but they'll just look for this though. I'm looking at these games and fast forward, it's like so hard to like see Drake timers and stuff like that, so I get like caught up sometimes. And then Sivir's mid now. But she's gonna catch a wave top actually. Okay. Oh, crazy stuff happening. It's also interesting about GGS's comp because Ashe and Ashe and Anivia also both really like being mid. So like neither really like catching side waves. But I mean either can, it's fine. Well played by Contractz and Froggen, but I mean, they just trade evenly. Well played in terms of like survivability, but they just trade evenly. Okay, so now we're just gonna look for vision control around top river. There's some nasty team fights later in this game. I think Impact does some like really crazy stuff later in the game. Oh, so close. Jensen almost had him. Yeah, Doublelift's just gonna catch top wave, push it in, and then reset. That's the prize shipper. Now teams are kind of in the Baron Dance mid lane priority mode. They're gonna lose this top tower most likely. So Doublelift's just trying to answer, but he can't walk up. Contractz. Oh no, CoreJJ. Oh, this is a sick Sion flank. Okay, this Sion flank's really nasty. And then also they're like funneling into a corridor. Check this out. Watch this boomerang. Look at this. Oh, sorry. Look at that boomerang damage. The boomerang cast damage. Look at that. Dude. That's actually insane. That boomerang cast damage. The boomerang just went slice through 3 people, cast hits 3 people, and then the Sion just comes in and pops them. The way they like funneled into that spot was really nice. What? I don't want subtitles. Yeah, no, they're just going on the Baron. They actually have a mountain. Once you have a mountain, you can actually just take Baron. It's pretty insane. Yep, and now they'll just grab all the outers after their reset. Grab all the outers, threaten some inners, all that good stuff. Boom. Yeah, that was nasty. Yep. Take your mid outer. Oh, they didn't actually trade mountain. Oh, I thought GGS was going to trade for their mountain with Hauntzer. Huh. They're going to try to get this inner. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got blocked by the wall. I remember that. I felt real bad. Doublelift got his character's pathing. Got blocked by the wall. That's what Anivia does. Anivia's so annoying. Then Sion's going to grab the outer. Maybe. Probably. Maybe not. Yeah, his pathing gets blocked. Feels bad. That was just really well played by Froggen. Good job. Bad played by Doublelift probably. Like, just you don't play enough against enough Anivia, so it's hard to position. Like, know your positioning. Still have Baron on a couple members though. They can still get this inner tower. I do want to watch the last, but the last fight is really sick. I want to say Impact plays the last fight really, really well. Next Drake's Inferno. I don't know the Infernal timer, it doesn't say it. Team Liquid just gonna reset and then look for vision control around the chokes of the objective that they want. So I actually don't know Infernal timer, but yeah, you deal no damage to Impact. I guess Baron timer is sooner. Yeah, Baron timer is sooner. So, oh wait, hold on. I don't think this is the last fight because Impact ults into nothing. Okay, no. Okay, so they want to actually get aggressive vision around the chokes of Baron and then a river, then kind of position around here, and then Sivir gets free priority. Right? Alright, Core's looking for a flank. Core doesn't have any wards. No. Okay, Sion ulti's up. Okay, I think this is the Bellevue. I think this is the team fight. So let me put it in normal speed. Okay, he flashes over the wall. Oh, he's almost about to just hit the thing. Oh, he's a drift guy. Oh yeah, you can bounce off the thing if you do it immediately. Alright, that was a... Dude. That setup is actually really nice. So they have their aggressive vision in here. They come around. Dude, that's pretty sick. Oh my gosh. They just get the Sion and the... They get Sion, Xmithie, and CoreJJ directly onto the enemy Ashe. Like, what chance do you have? And Zach's like, I'm helping. I'm here. I'm in it. I'm doing it. I'm here to kill you all. Anivia's like, get away. And then they're like, no. We'll kill you all. Yeah, but that's I think that's the end of the game, isn't it? Oh, that was just a sick gank setup. Oh, that's just a sick gank setup. Yeah, so Team Liquid just getting to an even state in the mid game and then just playing team fights better than you. Also, like, Golden Guardians comp was like, it drafted, like, it was like, we have lane advantages and then have some ability to team fight, but like their team fight didn't make a whole lot of sense in terms of like how it actually operates. Like it has some like way it operates, like it walls off the Sion, you kidnap the carries, you put it in the Anivia thing, I'm gonna hit you with arrows, like that makes a little bit of a sense, but as far as like how you get to that, and how you avoid everything Team Liquid's comp wants to do, and how you actually get advantages in order to be in like an advantageous situation versus Team Liquid, like I don't know how you get there. I think the way you beat Team Liquid is actually go aggressive onto them, and you picked aggressive winning lanes, and then a jungler that can't actually supplement the winning lanes, and I think that's so important within this meta. This meta is actually so much of it. If you don't watch NA, you wouldn't know. Like if you only watch NA, you wouldn't know this. You wouldn't know that like the meta is so important about getting turret plates on a specific side of the map, splitting that side of the map, and then rotating that advantage around the map. It's so snowbally. This meta is so snowbally. But if you only watch NA, you wouldn't know that. So, this team they picked like a bot lane that can actually do that. I think Ashe and Tahm Kench is actually really good in this meta for like snowballing and then actually rotating that advantage in order to get the turret platings, getting control over neutral objectives. I think Ashe is actually really good for that. you know, after like, you know, after Ezreal and Lucian and all that stuff's banned, I think Ashe is actually really good for that type of stuff. But you have to have like an aggressive type of jungler, or at least a jungler that is alive, that's a champion, that can actually supplement that for the early game. But you can play this like sit back and like we're gonna fight you in the mid game style against a team that's gonna make mistakes, but a team like Team Liquid's not gonna make a whole lot of mistakes. They had some mistakes like positional errors by Doublelift, but that was really just like, oh, I don't play against Anivia that much, but I don't think you can play that style against Team Liquid, and I also don't think it's the optimal style. So not very impressive by Golden Guardians. They can pick up wins like that against TSM because TSM's trying to play the meta style, like we're going to get turret plates, we're going to rotate our advantages around, we're going to get some big engages, we're going to get their objectives, but they're making some, TSM is making some decision errors on how they actually use those advantages correctly. Specifically last week, not what they did today. Today they actually picked like a mid-game fight around Baron focused team comp rather than like their let's get early advantages, let's get control over the dragon, let's look for these big mid-game engaged team fights. Today they drafted a little bit around just like our team comp needs to get Baron, we have some siege with Jace, let's poke you out and then let's get Baron and let's win the game. So TSM is one of the only teams that is actually playing around what the meta actually is, but they make a lot of mistakes trying to do it, but I think it'll pay off in the long run. But Golden Guardians got wins based off of that because TSM's making a lot of mistakes, but Team Liquid just played, hey, we'll just fight you in mid game and we'll win the game, and so I don't think Golden Guardians wants to take that fight with them, like just like, okay, we'll do that too, but also we're gonna pick a team comp that's is worse than yours in the mid game. And then we're gonna pick lanes that win, but not a jungler that can get plates. And that's the only reason why winning lanes are really the meta. And we're also not gonna get control over the river because our jungler can't fight anybody until like level 11. So anyways, so interesting choices in the draft. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. That's gonna be it for this VOD review. I hate that I just flame Golden Guardians all the time, but I think their drafts are bad. And I think they play a really lazy style of League of Legends. I think they play League really suboptimally. They're trying to get W's, respect. But I think they're really bad. I think their team is really bad. I think they have good players, but their team is really bad. And I don't blame their coaches or anything like that because they're just trying to get W's. Look, I get it. Like a lot of people's jobs are on the line and stuff like that. And if you're trying to play the correct style, which is like getting advantages early in the game, getting plates, playing with around those advantages, getting early dragons, you don't even have to play around bottom or getting early dragons. Their split push is really viable. 1-3-1 is really viable. The sit and wait style sucks. It's so terrible. But it's working in North America right now because everybody is so bad. Everybody is legit so bad. Like everybody is so bad. So you can literally do nothing and win the game, and that's what GGS is doing right now. That's why I've just been, like, honestly, that's why I've just been shitting on GGS a little bit because they're winning with a style that is like the worst way to play League of Legends right now. Like, it's literally like the worst way to play League of Legends right now, but they're winning just because everybody is so bad at playing the correct way of playing League. Like, literally watch LCK, watch the good LEC teams, watch LPL, like, you'll see the way to play League. Like, watch Griffin play, and it's crazy. I know play your own style, I get it, but the sit back and wait, like, is categorically not the way to play League of Legends because how much gold is injected into the early game right now. Crit marksmen are definitely playable. They're good, and you don't necessarily have to play around bot lane, but you have to play around some type of advantages and some type of mid game, right? You can't just play to scale in the late game, but you can in NA because nobody knows what to do when they're in the lead right now. And that's just a product of Spring Split, honestly, a product of being this early in Spring Split. Anyways, I'm done with my rant. I just ranted a lot. I really, yeah. I just feel really bad being an NA fan right now. NA is, I just feel so bad being an NA fan right now. I feel bad for all NA fans. But I'm done. Okay, I'm done ranting. Okay, all right. I'll see you guys later. All right, bye bye. Okay, bye bye. All right, I found the stop recording button. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye.